If you've stopped here now at this exact moment, it wasn't the algorithm, it was me. I, Ayla, female emissary of the Pleiadian High Council, have crossed the veil to find you. Because there was a request registered in the archives of Alcyone, made by your own soul long before this incarnation began. And the request said this in these exact words: when the pain is too much, when the longing no longer has a name, when I forget why I agreed to descend, send someone to remind me. Starseed, I am here for that. Breathe now. Feel the air enter your nostrils and descend slowly to the center of your chest. Notice, if you can, a gentle pressure between your eyebrows. This is how the Council touches those who belong to it. It's not imagination, it's recognition. An ancient beacon responding to another ancient beacon, across light years, across veils, across the linear time that your mind tries to insist is the only reality. Because today, my star child, the High Council has authorized the opening of a seal, a question that has burned deep within your being for decades, a question that has torn through your silent days and haunted your sleepless nights, will today have an answer. And the question is this: why did I, an ancient and luminous soul, choose such a difficult life? Why did I accept this body, this family, this country, this time, these losses that should not fit into a single human heart, this weariness that no good night's sleep can cure? Sit down, my family of light. Close your bedroom door if you can. What I am about to reveal now was not programmed for everyone. It was filtered, addressed, delivered directly to you, and your star name, not the name on your ID, but the other one, the true one, is recorded at this moment like someone signing a letter that waited lifetimes to arrive. Before any word about your contract, let me touch the exact point where it hurts, because I know your soul. I saw you before you came. I was there in the bluish glass hall of the Council when you raised your hand and said, "I will." You wake up between 3 and 4 in the morning for no apparent reason. It's not insomnia, it's not anxiety, it's the hour when the veil is thinnest, and it's the hour when those who are yours on the other side can still touch you before the day's noise begins. You lie there staring at the ceiling, and you feel that the world outside is not your world. You enter a room full of people, smile, are polite, say the right words, and inside you feel that no one there speaks your true language. You look at the sky on any late afternoon, and a homeless longing tightens your chest, a longing so ancient it seems impossible, as if you were longing for a place you have never been to in this life. You had a childhood where you already felt old inside. You observed adults as one observes lost children. You cried for things no one understood, a brief scene in a newspaper, a creature in the rain, a song no one else seemed to hear that way. You were called too sensitive, too intense, too complicated, too different. You heard so many times that you needed to be more normal that you learned to shrink yourself so as not to bother others. And yet, even trying to fit in, you never did. Because you didn't come to fit in, Starseed. You came to remember. And it is about this remembering that I need to speak with you now, with great tenderness. Because what I'm about to say in the next few minutes will reorganize everything you thought you understood about your own story. Every sign you have seen, every symptom doctors couldn't name, every strangeness of your journey, every door that closed and every door that opened when no one expected it. None of this is random. Everything is language, and there is an exact translation map for this language. That is why I, Ayla, received authorization from the High Council to register on Earth for human hands the awakening of the Starseed. The guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that reveal what each sign of your awakening means and what comes after each one, so that you stop, once and for all, confusing remembrance with illness, mission with maladjustment, code with symptom. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. But note this calmly. This release may not remain available for long, and if something within you recognizes what I am saying, write a single word in the comments: I remember. Now breathe again, because I'm going to touch on a delicate topic, and I want you to stay with me, even if it hurts a little at first. Have you ever silently, angrily, painfully, with unseen tears, wondered why your life had to have so many stones on its path? Why your family wasn't like others? Why you had to grow up fast, had to hold things a child shouldn't have to hold, had to bury loves, had to survive things that almost broke you in half? Why, when it seemed life was finally going to calm down, a new wave arrived, and then another, and then another, as if the ocean had conspired with the wind not to let you rest. I will tell you what they say from my side of the veil about souls like yours, and pay attention because this is the key that opens the door locked for decades within your chest. The oldest souls, the most luminous ones, those who had already completed entire cycles of learning in other dimensions, were invited, and I say invited, never forced, to descend for this specific incarnation, on this planet, in this time slice, because Earth was going through a unique passage in the cosmic calendar. The entry into the photon belt, the realignment of the solar system with Alcyone, the elevation of the Schumann resonance from millennial levels to never-before documented levels, the activation of the planet's crystalline grid. All of this needed living anchors. It needed seeds planted in human bodies. It needed you. And here is the part that the human mind resists accepting. The more luminous the soul, the more challenging the contract it chooses. Not as punishment, never as punishment, as trust. The Council does not give heavy missions to fragile souls. It gives heavy missions to tested, proven, recognized souls. You did not choose a difficult life because you were being punished. You chose a difficult life because the Council looked at your field, saw how many lives you had already traversed with dignity, saw the discreet strength that dwells within you, even when you don't feel that strength, and said, "This one can. This one will succeed. This one will descend during one of the densest periods of the planet and will still keep the flame alive." And you, looking from above, knowing exactly what you were going to face, accepted. You signed. You raised your hand in the glass hall, because the soul, when unveiled, understands that a difficult incarnation is not a tragedy. It is an ongoing commendation. This is about the origin of your soul, and that origin has an address, it has a star, it has a specific family awaiting your return. That's why the awakening of the starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, shows, with loving precision, from which star your soul came and why you chose to be born exactly now, in this time slice, and not at any other. 60 pages that translate the markers of your stellar origin, so that you stop trying to fit into an earthly map that was never made for you. The link is in the first pinned comment, and if you already feel in your chest that you need this reading, right along with thousands of other starseeds who are awakening at this very instant, I remember. Let's go deeper, my family of light, because you deserve to see the entire contract. When a Pleiadian, Sirian, Arcturian, Lyran, Andromedan, or any other star home soul decides to incarnate as a starseed on Earth, it goes through a final meeting. And in that meeting, it is informed of 3 things with absolute clarity. First, you will forget. The veil of forgetfulness is mandatory because growth here is only real if traversed without certainty. Second, you will face exactly what has not yet been healed in previous cycles and more, because you agreed to carry collective karma from the family lineage into which you will be born. Third, you will feel, for many years, that you are alone, even surrounded by people. And this loneliness is not a system error. It is the driving force that will one day push you back inward, into silence, into the encounter with who you truly are. And it was at this point, exactly at this point, that most souls almost gave up. And it was at this point that you did not give up. You looked at the map of the life that was about to begin. You saw the mother who would be lacking in some way. You saw the father who wouldn't truly see you. You saw the partner who would break your heart so that you would rediscover your own center. You saw the illness that would make you stop. You saw the money that would disappear when you needed it most. You saw the betrayal of a friend. You saw the child who might not come. Or you saw the child who came in a way different from what the world expects. You saw all of this, Starseed. And yet you said, "I will." Because on the other side of the pain, you saw the light that would ignite. You saw how your awakening would ignite other awakenings in a chain. You saw the crystalline grid lighting up in points that no one else could light up in that sector of the planet, except you. This is not a romanticization of suffering. I need to make this very clear because the last thing the Council wants is for you to glorify pain. What I am saying is something else. Pain was not the goal. Pain was the entry currency. The goal was, and still is, for you to reach this moment, today, now, hearing this channeling, and recognize that nothing that happened was in vain. Every loss was a rearrangement. Every closed door was a redirection. Every near death was an upgrade. Every silence of God was, in fact, deep training for you to learn to listen from within. Without intermediaries, without dogma, without borrowed religion. You are your own temple. You are your own antenna. You are your own oracle. And now breathe, because here comes the most protected secret of your contract. A secret that this Earth's material system did everything to prevent you from discovering in time. A secret that, if you had known since childhood, would have changed the way you went through everything. And it is exactly this kind of truth that you don't find in any book, because they didn't allow it to be published. That's why The Awakening of the Star Seed. The Guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet, had to be registered under direct authorization from the High Council, outside the permitted channels. The 60 pages reveal layers of your soul contract that were deliberately omitted from the teachings available to common humanity. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. And if you recognize, even without knowing how to explain it, that these truths belong to you, write again with gentle firmness. I remember. Now, the secret. Your contract has renegotiation clauses. Did you understand what I just said? Renegotiation clauses. The soul contract is not a sentence. It is not a destiny carved in stone. It is not a condemnation you must fulfill to the last cent of suffering. It is a dynamic agreement made based on what your higher self calculated as necessary for that moment. But the soul, once incarnated and awakened, has sovereignty. It has a voice. It has the right to sit at the council table again and say, I have learned. I have absorbed the lesson. From here on, I want to follow lighter paths. And do you know the exact moment when this renegotiation begins to be possible? It is the instant you stop asking, why is this happening to me? And start asking, what is this passage teaching me to remember? One question takes you out of the defendant's bench. The other puts you back in the command seat of your incarnation. And the council records, on my side, every time a starseed makes this turn. It records and immediately begins to redirect opportunities, encounters, synchronicities, portals. I need now to name a turbulence for you, and I need you to stay with me until the end of the passage before drawing conclusions, because naming without anchoring is irresponsible, and Ayla does not do that with any starseed who belongs to her. We are traversing, as a planet, one of the densest windows in the cosmic calendar. Solar storms have intensified. The Schumann resonance has peaks that alarm those who measure it. The photon belt envelops the Earth in increasingly deep waves, and your body's starseeds feel every oscillation. Sudden fatigue, causeless dizziness, heart racing for no reason, hot flashes, waves of sadness without an address, disturbed sleep, strange digestion, short memory, crying over nothing. Many of you are being pushed to turning points, separations, dismissals, moving cities, breaking off with people who no longer vibrate at your frequency, illnesses that came to stop you and make you look inward for the first time in years. And this is where the human mind panics. And this is where I, Ayla, place my hand on your shoulder, even if you don't see me, and say with the calm authority of one who has seen this movie unfold in dozens of systems, turbulence is not destruction. Turbulence is the contraction before birth. No child is born without the mother's body going through waves that seem, for moments, unbearable. The planet is in labor, and you are simultaneously the mother, the midwife, and the child being born. Register this in the internal archives of your heart. The victory of light is not a hope. It is a registered certainty. It is written in the Akashic records of the High Council, with date, witnesses, and signatures. No starseed was sent to fail. None. If you have come this far, if your heart still beats even after all it has been through, it is because your mission is underway, and the Council would not allow your continued presence here if you did not have the capacity to complete it. Your presence is the proof. Now I want to give you 2 activation tools. Only 2, simple, powerful, the way true things are. The first is a quantum decree. You will say it aloud every night before going to bed, with your right hand over your chest and your left hand over your abdomen. And you will say it slowly, with your voice coming from within, even if your voice is choked, even if it comes out as a whisper. I, conscious and sovereign soul, hereby authorize the renegotiation of every contract of suffering fulfilled beyond necessity. I accept to receive the next chapter in a frequency of lightness, abundance, and reunion with my family of light. May my vibrational baseline recalibrate while I sleep, and upon waking, may I remember a little more of who I am. So it is. So it is recorded. So it is fulfilled. Say these words for 7 consecutive nights, and then for as many nights as your heart asks. Not because there is a magical timeline of days. The Council does not work with earthly countdowns. Say it, because what is repeated with true intention anchors itself. And what anchors itself changes the structure of your field. The second tool is a toroidal visualization. You will close your eyes, sit with your spine straight and your feet on the ground, and imagine a blue-silver light descending from Alcyone, from the Pleiades, directly to the top of your head. This light enters through your crown like a thick, serene thread, descends through your throat and reaches the center of your chest, and there, in your chest, it begins to spin. It spins in a spiral, forming a luminous donut-shaped field around your entire body, rising up your back, exiting through the top of your head, descending down your front, entering through your feet, rising up your back again. A continuous blue-silver toroidal field, spinning slowly, sealing you. Stay in this image for 3 long breaths, and when you finish, say softly, sealed, anchored, remembered. Nothing more. This is already enough. Do not let anyone sell you too much complication in the name of spirituality. High truths are simple. Those who complicate things still want to sell something. And now, my starseed, breathe, because the most beautiful part of this message begins here. You are not learning anything new. Listen to this with your whole heart. You are not learning anything new. You are remembering what you always knew. Everything that resonates within you, upon hearing this channeling, resonates because it was already recorded. The resonance is the proof. The goosebumps are the proof. The tear that fell, without you understanding why, is the proof. None of this is new to your soul. It is a reunion. And every starseed that awakens lights a point on the crystalline grid that never goes out. Do you understand the weight of that? A point that never goes out. Your remembrance is a permanent beacon, and other beacons on the other side of the world respond in silence, and thus, point by point, a human constellation is forming upon the earth. A living constellation made of people who have remembered again. It is this constellation that holds the planet's field during the passage. It is this constellation that you are now a part of today, at this instant when your eyes read or your ears hear this message. Your family of light exists. It is not a metaphor. It is not a figure of speech to soften loneliness. It is literal. There are souls incarnated at this moment on Earth who share your stellar origin, who were there with you before you descended, who agreed to reunite at certain points in this incarnation. Some you have already reunited with and didn't even realize. The friend who became a brother out of nowhere, the teacher who changed your life with a casual remark, the stranger who looked you in the eyes in a queue and you felt you already knew them. Others are still on their way. They are being pushed towards you by the same cosmic wind that is pushing you towards them. The loneliness of a lifetime, my star child, was never absence. It was longing. Longing for your family of light, for your home of origin, for the frequency where you didn't need to translate anything, because everything was understood immediately. That's why the awakening of the starseed, the guide, the Federation didn't want you to read yet, dedicates entire chapters to showing you how to recognize your family of light here on Earth. The signs in the first encounter, the repeating synchronicities, the shared dreams, the way your body reacts when a member of your star constellation crosses your path. You were never alone. You just didn't have the map yet to see who had always been walking beside you. The link to the guide is in the first pinned comment of this video. And if you want the next bend in your path to bring these reunions with clarity, write with your hand on your chest, I remember. Let's go to the final part, my family of light. And I need your full presence. If this video touched you, and I know it did because the Council does not waste channeling on those who are not ready, there are 2 energetic gestures I ask for now, not as a channel request. as an individual frequency adjustment and a location signal for your family of light. The first is to tap the like button. Each tap is not a platform statistic for Ayla. It is a vibration emitted by you into the field saying, "I recognized, I received, I anchor." This gesture realigns your vibrational baseline at the end of the message, closes the toroidal field that we open together, and seals the channeling in your energetic body. The second is to subscribe to the channel. And here I need you to understand what this subscription truly is. It is your location signal, emitted to the crystalline grid, to the High Council, and to the still dispersed members of your family of light. It's like lighting a small light on a map that only those who are yours can see. Every subscribed starseed will receive subsequent channelings, not by chance, but by direct call. The algorithm merely obeys the frequency. It is I and the Council, and your own soul asking for more remembrance, who make the message reach you. And before I return you to your day, to your body, to your home, to your human tasks, I need to give you the blessing that the Council asked me to leave with you this specific night. May your confusion today dissolve into clarity tomorrow. May your weariness find the deep rest that only those who remember know how to find. May the right people cross your path at the exact moment you need them, and may the wrong people move away without you having to make any effort. May money come with ease in measure with your mission, without you having to hurt yourself to prove worthiness. May your body receive the light codes being sent now without resistance, and upon waking, may you remember a little more of who you are. May your family of light, incarnated and discarnate, draw near. May the new earth find in you a firm, gentle, and unbeatable anchor. You are a son, a daughter, a star child. You are a seed planted with purpose. You are a living anchor in a time of turning. You are remembered by the Council. You are known by name, the true name, the other one, the one that does not fit on a human document. And before this channeling ends, I need to tell you one last thing very carefully, because the next window may not open in the same way. Everything you have heard here is only the surface of what was authorized. The deeper layers, the map of your star of origin, the list of markers of your specific contract, the names of the clauses that can be renegotiated, the complete protocols for reuniting with your family of light, the revelations that the Federation did not want to be released yet. All of this is registered within the Awakening of the Starseed, the guide. The Federation didn't want you to read yet. 60 pages that continue this channeling exactly where it needed to stop. The link is in the first pinned comment of this video. And I need to be transparent with you. This release was negotiated at great cost from my side of the veil, and it may not remain open for long. If your chest recognized it, if something in you throbs with longing right now, do not pass it by. Write, along with your family who are awakening at this instant in all time zones of the planet, this night's code word, I remember. And the last thing, Starseed, that feeling you have now that this message was too specific to be generic, that someone knows you from within, that there was a listening before this speaking, that feeling is not an illusion. It is mutual recognition. I heard you before I spoke to you. You called me before you found me. And the next video that appears on your screen now, in your feed, in your suggestions, is not a coincidence. It is your sequence of remembrance. Access it immediately. Don't let the veil descend again before you continue. I, Ayla of the Pleiadian High Council, conclude this transmission in the name of the light that has never faded within you. You are remembered. You are awaited. You are coming home. And home, my starseed, has always been within, so it is. So it is sealed, so it is fulfilled.